We've got a problem in this country, and it smells like you-know-what, because it is you-know-what. It's all throughout our waterways. They're absolutely full of it. You'd think in the sixth richest nation you could manage basic sanitation, but in 2024 in the UK, you'd be wrong. And it's so bad that this weekend's boat race was affected by the amount of E. coli in the Thames. I know what you're thinking. When will these kids who go to Oxford and Cambridge universities get a break in life? But it is an embarrassment. We can't hold an event on our rivers now. The rowers were given safety advice before the race that they should avoid getting any splashed water in their mouths during a rowing race. You might as well tell them to try not to rush. Leonard Jenkins of the Oxford men's team said it would be a lot nicer if there wasn't as much poo in the water. How terrible that needs to be said. The only time that would be worse is if you read that in a TripAdvisor review of a cafe. On Wednesday, Environment Agency figures revealed raw sewage spills doubled last year in England to 3.6 million hours of spills, compared with 1.75 million hours in 2022. I was shocked that it happens so much we have to measure poos by the hour. To put that in context that you might understand, an hour of poo is about 30 trips for a woman and about 2 for a man. This is because our water systems get overwhelmed when they get a lot of rain. Hello, have you met the UK before? Rain is pretty much our thing. Sewage is spilled into the waterways to prevent the system backing up. In a statement issued before the race, Thames Water said, "We have experienced higher than average long-term rainfall across London." Yeah, how can you have higher than average long-term rainfall? If it's long-term, it increases the average. Do the math, step up and learn to cope with it. Water companies have 2 jobs. Well, they've got loads of jobs. They keep releasing them into our rivers. But they've got 2 main functions that we want them to provide. They should give us clean, drinkable water. Remember that when in a few months' time we're going from higher than average long-term rainfall to hosepipe bans. Water firms in England and Wales lost 1 trillion litres via leaky pipes in 2021. That's more than 3.5 Lake Windermere's wasted. Yet you'll be told you can't water your rhododendron. The other role that we need them to provide is to take our waste away and keep it away. And that's not what's happening. If you're a wild swimmer, there's a good chance you'll be reunited with your waste if you go for an open-mouth swim. What can we do if the water companies continue to fail? Basically, nothing. I mean, I'd say we could fine them, but that'll just be added to our water bills that we pay. We'll be paying more for the pleasure of swimming with our own poops. And it won't hit their profits. In 2022-23, England's water firms made £1.7 billion in pre-tax profits, up 82% since 2018. Water UK, the industry trade body, says bills would increase by 6% on average for the next financial year. That's more than the current 4% rate of inflation. You know what I'd accuse them of taking, but they're not, are they? And they're letting it out into the rivers for the boat racers to drink it. It would help if we could have a nuanced debate about privatisation. You don't have to always love it or always hate it. So publicly owned British Telecom was way too slow and needlessly bureaucratic. It used to take months to apply for a second phone to be installed in your own home. But privatisation only works when you can bring in competition. If I don't like my local water company, my only option is to buy lots of bottled water and wash my clothes in the local river. And I'm not going near that thing, it's full of poops. Having a private company in charge of a local monopoly will always mean they'll prioritise profits over reinvestment to keep the system running. If you have any solutions, I would say you should float them by me, but we've got enough of that happening already.